Hello, it's me, pardon me, coming to you with another video, all recorded on the same day. Most likely got to go to school, so pre-recording a bunch. So today I'll be talking about individuality. Let's just get right into it. Individuality, but as a community. That's the main emphasis I'm going for. We are all individuals, obviously. If we weren't, then we wouldn't be able to call ourselves me. That's pretty much the definition of individuality, the aspect of being different from the rest. So, yeah, me, I am an individual. But then, with every individual, no matter who you are, you're always part of a community, a grouping of other people. Let's get on that interesting train of thought. You are part of a bunch of communities, whether you're aware of it or not. Being black, I'm part of the black community. That's me. Being born in the country I'm born in, I'm part of that community. Being a guy, I'm part of the male community because they are all different communities. Now, the question is, since everyone is an individual but also part of the community, how should they behave? How do they differentiate those different communities from one another? Or how do they differentiate themselves as an individual from other communities and other individuals? Let's get right into it. First of all, being part of a community makes it part of you to some extent. Because of who you are, you're part of the community. So, speaking along these lines, whatever happens to that community should also affect you because it's part of your community. But not always because of being an individual. I am black, but I'm in Africa. I have honestly never felt racism because I'm black from Africa. In Africa, the majority is black. And even more so when you're from a country like Malawi. In Malawi, there are very few white people. In a month, I could see only one white person, and that's because they're probably like a teacher at school. That's scenario based, but that's just the way it is. But then you go on to what happens around the world, black people and the whole black oppression and stuff. It does affect me, but it really doesn't. It does concern my community, but not me as an individual. It's possible that my entire life I will go through life without having to experience these things. But it doesn't mean that they're not there. I'm still part of the community. It still happens. It's just the way it works, sometimes. And if we keep going like this, right? Everyone is an individual. Everyone is part of a community, but you as yourself, whatever happens to your community, isn't necessarily related to you. It might be related to your community, but as an individual, it doesn't. You are your own person, as it's frequently said. But that doesn't mean if it doesn't affect you, you don't have to do anything about it. It's you are part of the community. Next time in the future, you might need your community. It happens a lot. You mess up, your community is the people that save you from your mess up. They stand with you in your mess up. They stand with you when you want to stand up for something else. They are your community. So never leave your community behind. But don't forget, you are not your community. They are completely different things. You don't have to do something if you do not stand for it, even if it's your entire community is fighting for it. You understand what I'm saying? It's about being able to draw lines with yourself and making choices on your own, not as a community. They can influence your choices, yes. Every choice in life is influenced by one thing or the other. But it doesn't mean they should state your choices. So as a community, fight for this. But as an individual, you have to fight it in the way that you can or suits you best. Because the way other people fight for some communities is completely insensible. While others know how to fight for it, they know how to build upon it, they know how to work with it. And that's just the way it should be. You are an individual, and everyone is an individual. But when you come together as a community, most of the times, the main idea is the only thing that's left. Not each and every other person's values, but the main idea. So you should be able to integrate your idea within the values to make your actions the right ones, I guess. I think that's how you should put it. But yeah, that was my take on individuality in a community specifically. So yeah, might have been a bunch of repetitions, but I hope you get my point. Thank you very much for actually getting to this point in the video. Actually, thank you. If you have any comments you want to say, go in, put them in the comment section, and we'll think about it too. Oh, well, that's it from me. Goodbye.